Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Hope you guys are having a good day so far. Okay, sorry about yesterday. That heat really got to me. Actually, it turned out apparently it was 108 here. So you guys can imagine that was not, sorry, move this over a little bit. Not good. Not fun to be outside in. There we go. Okay, so it's supposed to be 100 and something today. Tomorrow it's going to dip way down to 99, and then between 107 and 110 next week with rolling blackouts. So by the way, there's a chance I may not be able to go live one of the nights next week or any of the nights, but I will. I'm hoping that because I'll keep my laptop charged up and my iPad charged up, I'll be able to work something out. So, because I have lots of fun goodies to show you guys. So today we are going to be working on our door tags. They are wooden tags, and I haven't used them yet, and I really have been looking forward to doing these. And we are going to do one of them with this gorgeous pattern, which is from our Unsinkables collection. And it is called Unsinkables Collection Floral Script Pattern. And I love it. It's gorgeous. I haven't used it yet. And on the other one, we're going to do Grateful Hearts Gather Here. And then we're going to do some ribbon with it. So, super excited. We're going to do it in fall colors. And my thinking is, even though it isn't fall, first of all, it would look really nice on our front porch. Our doors are a red color. And then I can flip them over because they're two-sided and do a fall design on the other side, and my ribbon will match either one or both. So mix and match. We've got a mix and match thing going on. So because I have a very large pattern, I have options. I can either A, cut it down to the size that I need, or B, I can leave it whole and just fuzz it. I have to fuzz the whole, fuzz it because it hasn't been used before, and I'm putting it on wood. I highly suggest for those of you who haven't worked with wood before to get our wax because you can easily rub it in, and it's easier to correct mistakes. So I am going to, I don't want to cut mine down. I will use it repeatedly in a larger form. I'm going to do a pillow, and one of our pillowcases, which is 18 by 18, this is the exact same size. And I really want to do a pillow with this on it. So I need to keep it like this. Of course, I could just order more. Have one that I cut and one that I use whole, which isn't a bad idea. Okay, so let me get this out. And with larger transfers, it's easier to leave them lying flat and fuzz them face down so that the sticky side is up. So let me get the transfer backing on. This is going to be gorgeous. Somebody did our pumpkin cutouts with this the other day. Sorry, something in my throat. And she did some fall colors, and she did even the outer parts of the flowers and kind of ombre them in, and oh my gosh, it was just gorgeous. Our pumpkin cutouts, you know, we have a jack-o'-lantern transfer, which I will be using, which, you know, are made to be the same size as our cutouts. And they come with a solid, so that you can do just a solid color over them. So you put the transfer on, it has like the lines in it, like pumpkins do. And so you can just do an orange pumpkin or whatever color you want to do. And then it has separately the different faces that look like you've cut them out that you can put over that if you want to. And then we have our other pumpkin cutout transfer like we've been using on here with the polka dots and the stripes and the different designs. And when you combine all of that with the different colors, I mean, because they don't have to be done in fall colors. I did the one last week with white with gold stripes. And that was, it gave it kind of a, you know, a little bit classier look to it. And then you can do it like that all the way to a jack-o'-lantern. It looks like a regular holiday jack-o'-lantern, Halloween jack-o'-lantern. So just tons of stuff you can do with it. Okay, so sorry, our hound dog is in here. If that's what I get so used to hearing them that I forget that they're in the background and you're thinking, what was that noise? She's moving around. Excuse me, I'm going to turn on the fan. Believe it or not, it is already hot. And do you want to go out? Is that what you're saying? Okay, there you go. Good girl. She's a character. Okay. When I got up at 7:30 this morning, I should have thought to turn on, we have a whole house fan. I should have opened up all the doors and windows and run our whole house fan to try and cool it down. We had our air conditioner set last night not to come on until it would hit 82. And we just had fans going in our bedrooms because they had rolling blackouts last night. And we were lucky we didn't have any, but they're warning us next week, be ready. And school starts with distance learning next week, so that should be interesting. Okay, so back to our work here. Oh, it doesn't feel like work, does it? When you're crafting and you're doing something you love so much, it just feels like fun. I will probably pop on at some point tomorrow. Did I mention that already? I'm not usually going live on Sundays, but because I didn't go live last night and because I don't know about next week, and frankly, because I have a project that I really want to get done. I'm going to need something to poke through this. I have an Irish Blessing and Rise Up. And I would like to do those. Our great uncle's birthday was last weekend, and one of them I didn't order in time, and I wanted to do them for him. We got him something else, but I still want to do those for him, because he is like half Irish, half Scottish or something, and and he has little things around the house say stuff about being Irish, so I thought, I think he'll really enjoy that. Sticking to my hand. Okay, there we go. Okay, so these are very smooth, so I shouldn't have an issue with this sticking too much, especially because I fuzzed it really well. It doesn't feel overly sticky. And when you see transfers that have these, elaborate designs in them, so there's a lot of space that doesn't have a sticky to it, that's usually an indication that it should be pretty easy to work with. But still, it is good to wax it first. The reason I'm telling you guys to wax it first, I'm not doing it. One, because I don't have that wax yet. I'm going to order it. I'm putting in another order. So I put in an order 2 days ago. I'm putting in another one next week. I'm trying to find, so the design, the flowers go in different directions, but the writing is all one direction. So I'm trying to line it up that way. And don't ask me what this says because I cannot read it. Anywho, so I'm putting in an order next week because I got my designer dollars. Yay! We love designer dollars. And so I'm going to put in a big fat order next week. Oh, it's telling me that I'm live. That's funny. Really? You don't say. Okay, I apologize for that. Something went wacky. Give me just a sec here. This may take a second, sorry. Doesn't seem to want to let me do both. There we go. And I'm trying to do picture in picture, but it doesn't seem to want to do that right now. So bear with me a second here. Well, more important that you guys see the project than me, certainly. So if I can't fix that right away, we'll just make sure you guys are seeing the project. Okay, get that out of the way. No, it does not want to do that. So, okay, we're going to be looking just down at the project. Sorry, something popped up on my phone and I went to clear it and something got messed up. Okay, so back to the project. So I'm just going to line this up. Make sure that I get it, and you don't have to have it perfectly lined up. Obviously, it's all over the, the design is all over the place. I'm just trying to make sure that I don't have the writing going at some weird angle, and make sure that the tag is completely covered by the design, like that. Okay, let's pick some colors, huh? I definitely am going to do some shimmer gold because I love that. Let's see, I think I'm gonna do this one. Now, this is an old one. I've mentioned this before. This is mustard yellow. It is the equivalent to our Shimmer Harvest, except that ours has shimmer in it. And I love it, but I don't have it yet. It's on its way. So I'm using what I have left of the mustard. And I'm going to get an orange in here, so let's, orange peel I'm thinking. And I'm looking at rosewood. Just depends on how bright I want to go, I guess. Okay, so kind of feeling like these three, as much as I want an orange in there, that's feeling a little too light to me for what I'm doing. So guava is too pink. Alrighty, let's go with these three. I'm going to grab my squeegees. I'm trying to decide if I think I'm clever enough to do... I'm having a thought here. I'm wondering if I went over it in gold and then quickly went over parts of it in another color, I don't know how that would turn out. I'm not so sure I want to do that. Okay, I'm not sure I want to try that on here. I think I'll try that on something else though. Okay, get some stir sticks. Thinking I'll do most of it in gold and just maybe maybe leave a couple, do a chalk and pull and leave a couple of them. I'm trying to figure out how I could do that. Sorry for the silence. I know you guys can't see that I'm sitting here thinking. I'm trying to figure out how I can do the bulk of it in the gold, but it would be hard to go around that. Well, let's just start with the gold and see what I can think I can do here. Oops. As I just slopped it all over. I'm glad I didn't have that over my transfer. Okay. I'm actually going to use the larger one. This is our handled squeegee. Great for these big projects. And our shimmers really glide on. They go on similar to how our inks go on. Oops. Okay, I'm going to switch. Seemed like a good idea. Get that right there that slopped over the side. It'll have a nice rose design, or floral design, on my crafting table from slopping that over the side. Now this is where my multi-tool is going to come in handy. Oh, look at that shimmer. I hope you guys can see how shimmery this is. Just gorgeous. Okay, so I'm just working my way around a little bit. I'm going to go back and go around this with the multi-tool. This one, I'm going to go over that. Alrighty. So we'll do a little chalk and pull in a second here. I could bring in greens and do some of the leaves, but I think I'm not going to get that tricky today. Plus, I'm not sure I want the greens in what I'm doing. Our pesto would be really pretty, though. Oh, we have an olive shimmer that I just ordered on Wednesday or Thursday. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Cannot wait to get that one in. Okay, let me get back up here. Pull that back. Look how gorgeous that is. Oh, I hope it shows how shimmery it is. Just so beautiful. Okay, let's see. Let's put you over there. All right. I have a ton of... I slopped that out. I slopped it inside the lid, too. Actually, you know what? I am going to go, I'm going to switch to, gosh, I'm so glad we have all these different tools. This is, makes it so much easier. I'm going to switch to the minis. Like I said, you could easily just take one color, go over the whole thing, and it would be gorgeous. Oops, I have a little bump there. This has such a different feel to it, the shimmers, the gold and the silver and the copper. It feels like finely ground glitter in a liquid form that sticks to whatever you're putting it on. Okay, I think it's time to go to the multi-tool. And what that's going to do is allow me to get into smaller little areas and have a lot more control. Okay, so let me start at the top. Let's see here. That way I can get around these rose petals. They almost look like peonies. I wonder what they are. I've mentioned to you guys before that I don't have, for some reason, I don't have that, you know, some people have that fine dexterity. I don't have that. Things big. Like even when I sign my name, it's big. It's like I just don't have that kind of muscle control in my hands or something. I don't know. So I'm really glad to have this as a tool that helps me be able to get into these tiny areas. I'm going to do a little chalk and pull here. Okay. Go this way. Get this over here. Oh, this is great to work with. I have so much more control because it's that thicker tightness. Move these so I can pull over the side here. The gold and this design were just made for each other. So I was mentioning I'm going to do the Irish blessing for a great uncle. And I'm also going to do the Rise Up transfer. And that's it. May the road rise up to meet you. And that's an Irish saying as well. So I am going to do that one on another surface, and they will go together and complement each other. I think I need to go over around here with the gold as well. I hope wherever you are, your weather is nice today. I know that back east and some of the Midwest, you guys are having really bad storms and flash flooding and crazy, crazy summer weather, huh? I think I got that part very good. Let's go for that again. Sorry, I have to keep clearing my throat. I don't know what's going on. Get this up in here. I like this end of it too. These are great for stirring up your chalk pastes. When you're trying to get down in the nooks and crannies of the bottom of your paste jar. There's a nice angle for that. Just going to get around down here. That is a leaf, so I'm going to go back up and get that. I missed a little piece of the script there. Okay. Did I get it all except for the flowers? I think I did. Yay. Okay, let's set this aside because I'm going to need it again. Let me lift this off again, do a little chalk and pull. I'm going to do about halfway and then lay it back down, and that's just to keep it from drying. The transfer and the paste will dry together, and then when you lift the transfer off in the end, most of the paste will come with the transfer, and obviously that's not what you want. So by doing this, I'm pulling them apart from each other. Even when I lay it back down, it doesn't tend to be a problem. It's already stuck on the door tag, and there it shall stay. I'm going to take a quick drink of water. Okay, now let's do some rosewood. I'm not sure, as much as I love that mustard yellow, that might keep for the front of the tag, the other tag. Okay, so we'll do some rosewood because I think that is gorgeous. I thought I'd use this one, but no, apparently I have not used it yet. Look at that color. Perfect. This is one of our in vogue colors, meaning it's around for the season. It's a hot color currently. Couture is really good about making sure that they're keeping on trend. Whatever is popular in home decor and interior design, that's what we see. Designs and surfaces and colors are always what's popular. So our in vogue ones in particular are like that season's popular. There we go, got that off. Whatever is popular that season. And we usually have about 5 or 6 of them. I think it's 5. Okay, I'm just gonna, oh, that sound makes me so happy. I'm just gonna get this stirred up until it's a yogurt consistency. And since I've already slopped it over the side, that didn't take any time. You want to be good about not letting your chalk dry on here and then trying to put your lid on, so I'll have to wipe that off. Because then it doesn't get a tight seal and it'll dry your chalk paste out faster. And that is looking great. Now this does have, like I said, a different consistency from this to the Shimmer Gold. So yeah, that's a great consistency. That's just how you want it to be. I do tend to like mine a little on the thinner side. The inks do not dry as fast. They take a little longer to dry. Okay, so I'm just going to go right up to make sure I get those edges of the petals. And try not to go into the area that has the gold. I think our door tags would look really pretty using the using a paste as a chalk stain, or chalk paste as a stain. I've done other things recently. What did I do just a week or so ago that I used it that way? Oh, a couple of our things that we did for our 3-tiered tray. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad I decided to do this. You guys, if you can see my face right now, look at that color with the gold and the, oh mama, that is beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna do at least one more in that color. I went to the dollar store. You guys might have heard me talking about this the other night. I went to the dollar store like Wednesday or Thursday. I had to go to the bank, and it's right across the parking lot from the dollar store. So I ran in, and they had a ton of new ribbon for fall, for specifically for Thanksgiving, where they had turkeys on it, like little, and they were cute little turkeys. They weren't like, they weren't funny looking. They were just little tiny turkeys. They had plaids in autumn colors, and they had cute Halloween ones. And this was, by the way, I know dollar store is kind of a generic term. Our dollar store is Dollar Tree. So if you have one and you're needing some ribbon, I highly recommend it. So we've got lots to work with where the ribbon comes in. Ugh, this is just gorgeous. I cannot wait. So we have boxwood wreaths on our, we have a set of front doors, and the doors are red. And in the boxwood wreaths, I had, earlier in the summer, I did a live where I created things that could go in, like inside your wreaths and, you know, instead of wreaths. And I did one, and I think it was Peony. I did a welcome, I did a white round board. I used one of our green, or one of our wreaths, and it was like a 10-inch board. And so I'm gonna pull this back. Gosh, I just can't get over those colors together. And I did one of our green, on the white 10-inch board, I did a green wreath. I did it in sage. I believe the wreath was in sage, and I did welcome in peony, and it fit perfectly inside one of our boxwood wreaths. So on our main door that we used to go in and out, that's hanging there. And then the boxwood next to it, I had made 2 mini tags using our little tag minis that are just, they're these guys, but just smaller. And I did hello in peony, and I did like sage greenery, and then the other one says gather, and it's in the sage, and I did something in the peony. And so I hung those in the middle of the other one, so they the two hanging down complement each other. Looks so pretty. But I was looking at those and thinking, I've been looking at those for a couple months now. And it's time for something new, and I've been anxious to do these. So okay, I'm kind of thinking, I'm wondering if Dreamsicle, I don't want it to be, I'm worried about doing too many, like these two can hold their own together and they look beautiful together. I'm not sure if this, it's hard because I don't want them to compete. But I'm wanting something orange or yellow. I hadn't thought about fig. No, I don't think I want to go that route. Sorry, everyone. This is a challenge for me. I have a difficult time figuring this out. I also have peachy. Now, I apologize. The Dreamsicle and the peachy, these are colors that we no longer have, but I still have. I'm thinking peachy would be pretty. I'm sorry, I'm using something that, and this is similar to peony. Let me see, where's my peony? There's Peony. So this is similar to Peony. It's just slightly more orange. And you can easily, like I've done a million times. Ooh, Peony might, or Peachy might be dried out. Mix colors together to just get the one that you want. Oh, there's another one. Yeah, I think that's just the right one. I'm having so much fun. I had to miss the whole day of chalking yesterday. It was awful. Even when I don't do it on Sundays, I miss it. But it's a day that we're doing family, trying to have family time. The boys are working on the truck a lot of times on Sundays. So during that time, and by the truck, I mean Nick's, our son has a, and our son is 14, but he loves classic cars. And he decided that he wanted to, and he has always been an entrepreneur, always going on. Give me a minute to brag on my child. When he was like 7, I think he was 7 when he first did it. First, it started out when he was 5 doing bake sales to raise money for, this is what he told me. He wanted to have a bake sale to raise money for clean water. And so I said, you mean clean water for people like in other countries where they don't have it? And he said, no, for fish. So basically he wanted to make sure that our rivers and streams were clean. And because he and his dad had gone up to our fish hatchery that we have not far from here, and he had learned more about that. And coincidentally, my son's first grade teacher that he had a couple months later was very involved with Trout Unlimited. And so our son at 6 years old, by then he was 6, had a bake sale to raise money for Trout Unlimited. And a couple months later, just before his 7th birthday, he ended up doing a presentation in front of teachers. At 7 years old, got in front of, it was like 25 or 30 teachers who were learning about, I think they call it Steelhead in the Classroom. It's a program that we do. I don't know if they do it in other areas, but teachers can have steelhead, and so that the kids watch from the time that the fish are, an egg, until they get big enough, and then they take a field trip out and release them into a local stream. And my son got up there at 7 years, just before 7 years old. It's like a week before his birthday, and stood in front of these teachers and talked about why it was important to him to raise money for these fish, and so they could have clean water. That child has no fear. It amazes me how he can get up in front of people like that. I mean, I would have a challenging time now doing that. So anyway, ever since then, he's always been raising money for something, or for himself, putting money aside. And he, at 12 years old, with help from us and the grandparents, bought a truck that he is restoring. They've taken it down to the frame of the truck and are restoring it from the ground up. And so it is getting really close to done. It's in 2 parts, but the engine went back in 2 weeks ago. And their parts come to our door all the time. They're constantly ordering some part that needs to go in. So they work on that on Sundays a lot, for a few hours. And during that time, I will do my planning for the week about what we're going to be chalking. Okay. Yep. Gorgeous. Oh, I'm glad I went with that. So again, that is really similar to our Peony, which I almost was going to go with. And then I thought, oh no, I have one that has a little more orange to it. So you could just take the Peony, put it in a different container, just mix Peony with a little orange peel, and that would be great. Those colors, awesome. I'm feeling like that one really kind of wants to, looks a little thicker. I just want to dry it. I just don't want to take a chance. I'm so close to having this done with all these gorgeous colors. I just don't want to mess it up. So I'm going to dry it before I lay that back down. excuse me for a second while I pull out my little dryer. I need to get maybe I'll do that today. I have to go to Best Buy today to have something fixed in a car, and I need a power strip for down here, so I don't have to keep getting up to get, you know, unplug something, plug something else in. I'm nearly in tears. It's just so gorgeous. It really is beautiful. Okay, so now I'm gonna lay this back out flat. Got so many things on here. Okay, so I'm just making sure I've got it lined back up, making sure I don't have any bubbles in it. The final flower. I'm going to switch. This one feels like tinier, and I just want to make sure that I get my little multi-tool maybe. Just want to make sure I get up around the edges with this. And I can take a small squeegee and kind of go over it, get off any excess, make sure it's spread evenly. Now, believe me, I just want to reiterate, you do not have to do, if you're not comfortable doing this, you don't have to do anything this elaborate. You could just do the whole thing in the gold or the rosewood or whatever color you want to do. And that would be stunning, because I've seen this done in, mostly I've seen it done in the shimmer gold. Or if it's against black, a lot of times I've seen it in white using it with white. And it looks absolutely beautiful. But I just wanted to do something a little different, and especially I want to be able to have the first one and the second one, because remember I still have one more door tag to do here. I want to pull in some colors that complement, and I want to be able to flip this over at some point in probably a couple weeks and do something more fall-ish on the back. And there we have it. And you guys, I seriously cannot believe I pulled this off, like was able to do this. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding when I say I really don't seem to have that kind of talent. I'm like a big picture thinker, if that makes sense. And a big picture, everything I do is like larger. It's not small and fine detailed, which is odd because I can write HTML code. So you wouldn't think that anyway, I just don't tend to be able to do that kind of stuff without messing something up somewhere. But I'm not just saying this, they do make it really easy to do that with the tools that they have, and teaching how to do chalk and pull so that it doesn't stick on. And I just need a second to stare. I love the colors. Okay. Second's over. Let me just dry it real quick so I can safely move it. And we'll move on to the second one. Now, had I been thinking about it, I would have switched these two. For some reason, to me, this color should be there and this should be here. But I don't know. It's gorgeous. And there we go. Okay. It's just so pretty. Okay, let's set that off to the side. Now, when I'm done, I will take the transfers in and wash them off right away. Boy, I've got quite the little mess here. Okay. But it's a happy mess. I think I'm going to let that back one absorb most of the color, because these are words that are going on the front. I think I might do this in the Rosewood and let the back one be the one that has all the colors and the floral, and keep this simple but dark enough that it stands. If that makes sense. I think that's going to look awesome. And then we'll put some really pretty ribbon on it because it deserves to be beautiful ribbon. Just like it's beautiful designs. By the way, our door tags are 9 by 12. And that helps in planning. And it says that in our catalog. And these are like, I don't remember, they're really inexpensive. I get a discount, so I get have a little different. But they're like, I want to say $12 each or something. Very inexpensive. I might not even be right about that, but something along those lines. Okay. And then, let's see, I'm going to real quick peek down here. I have my ribbon. It's got a shimmer to it. I might just have to pull some of these out just to show you how cute they are. Look at this. It has shimmer in it. Shimmery, glittery stuff is so popular right now. Huh, I could have used some bark in there somewhere, and that would have been pretty with it. Look at this with the shimmer in it. And these with the little leaves on it. Like, imagine those two together, how cute that would be. Or these two together. I foresee us using these soon. Okay. Set these off to the side. Ooh, this is gorgeous. It might be too big, though. I really need a better way to organize my ribbon. I have it all stacked up. I pull out 1 and 15 come out. That might work. Oh, that's not the one I meant to grab. Although this and this one keep together. I like this one too. That's very cute. That doesn't go with this though. That is very cute. Okay, let me do the tag, and then we'll get serious about this ribbon thing. Okay. Alrighty. I'm kind of wondering, because this is sheer, it's going to look a little different when you take it out, and I'm wondering if that would be pretty too. All right, we'll have to take a look. All right, so let me grab, I'm going to fuzz this because I haven't used it before. I got it knowing it would go on a door tag because it is the perfect sentiment for a front door. Grateful hearts gather here. I just hit myself in the face with that. Okay. Just want to get it centered. Oh, hi, Kimberly. I'm sorry I didn't see you were on. You keep drinking that water. I'm so sorry I didn't see you were on here. I got so into that last door tag. Gosh, that is gorgeous. I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry. It's like in a world by myself there. All right, so I'm going to keep it down a little bit. I want to have enough room that the ribbon is. Pull it down just a little more. Yeah, I am. And then I have to go out to Best Buy today, and I think I'm going to sneak over to Marshall's and, you know, stay out of the heat as much as I can. Okay, then I'm going to smooth this out. All right. Now back to my rosewood. I'm going to use this one. This is our small squeegee. It's a good size for this. You know what's neat is you can just barely, it's almost like a stain, and that you could just barely see the wood grain of the tag through the paste. Okay, so just pulling that through, making sure I've covered everything. If you cannot see your design or can barely see your design through the chalk paste, you have too much paste on, and you need to take it off because it will stick to your transfer and you'll pull everything off. And you obviously just don't want that. So I've made sure that it is good and covered. Put this down here in its little water bath. Oh, so pretty. Oh, I love it. Now, you do not need to worry about sealing this. I mean, you can take that extra step if you want to, but unless you're going to have it somewhere where it's going to get a lot of moisture, because even a little moisture is okay. If it's going to get a lot of moisture, then it should be fine. We get a lot of fog here, but so everything gets moist, but it wouldn't cause a problem. Okay, put that away. I'm just going to do a quick cleanup here. So make sure, I want to get these lids back on my pastes. You have to fix that in a couple minutes. Okay, let's put that in, get all of this in its little water bath. Okay, now actually put these back here so they are out of the way. Those two are going to look so good together, especially with that ribbon on the front. Okay, let me wipe my hands off. Okay, I don't want this stuff getting on my ribbon, so let's make sure this is all nice and clean. I think half the design got on my crafting table. I knew I had some gold over here. Now this is probably dry. I'm just going to hit it real quick just to be extra cautious. There we go. Okay, so let's take a, I want to take a look at this. I'm not sure if they'll go together, but they might, and it sure would be pretty. Oh, it's not as thin as I thought it would be, and I'm not sure that I thought it was more sheer than that. Some of the others that I've gotten that look like that are very sheer. I'm not thinking those are going to go together, so not that one. Some more down here I want to grab. Orange is just too orange. A tiny bit might be okay. That one, especially with the gold trim, really might be okay. Kind of check that one out. Something else. I just don't see it. Oh, I have a peach. A sheer peach that would be pretty. Okay, I think I'm going to do a... Oh, I forgot I had a gold. I forgot that somebody had suggested... There we go. Well, those three... I think that one's sheer enough. I'm not sure if that one's going to go, but I mean, color-wise it will. It just might be too sheer. Somebody had suggested getting... For the larger ribbons, a paper towel holder, and you just put them on top of each other. I've got to come up with something because every time I need to get one out, they all end up all over my floor, and I've got a lot of them. I don't want to block that. I keep thinking, maybe this won't go in the front, maybe that one will. And I could actually just do the one by itself, but I really do want a set. The one thing I keep thinking about, I think they're heavy enough that even with our winds that we've been getting here, sadly, I still think it'd be okay. I don't want to block any of it. Okay. Move that over. And I think that's going to be a good one for this. Whoops. Look at that. Wow, gorgeous. That is almost like, it's not a burnt orange, but it's like brick red or something. They're so similar, but this is like a burnt orange. That's kind of a, anyway, they go great together. So let's do this one and some gold. I think this one's a little thinner. It's nice to have the different textures as well, because I'd have a sheer, and then this is like a metallic, and then this is not burlap, but like something along those lines. It's just going to look so fancy schmancy. Sorry, I'm really struggling to get this off of here. I've got my scissors right here. I just don't want to, I'm just worried about cutting that ribbon on accident. So what do we think? The sheer is not going to stand out very much, but it will add a different texture and a little iridescence. We're going to put it together and see how that turns out. If not, I'm sure I have something else that will work. But the color is really pretty with this one. So I think they're all going to work together. So I'm really not quite sure. I need to put them all over here together off to the side. So they're all pulling from the same direction. All right. I really don't want to cover this one up very much because I'm just absolutely loving it. Which way do I want it to hang? No, more that way maybe. Either way I go, I'm covering some of the red, which is kind of a bummer. Oh well. You know, I actually might seal this. I'm not going to do it right now, but I might seal this because if they're rubbing back and forth, I'm afraid it is going to wear off. So I want to do it just for protection of that. And I have a spray, it's like Krylon or Rust-Oleum, just a spray sealer that I use over projects, and hit it quick and it's like 10 minutes to dry and it's all ready to go. You know, the sheer's not going to stand out a whole lot, but I'm just hoping it will add a little of that iridescence to it. That will help pick up the colors in the... Trying to decide how long this should be to make a gorgeous bow. Worst case, I can always do a second, you know, tie this, make one bow, and then do a second bow and add it on if I need to. And I learned that trick because I never wrap Christmas presents or birthday presents well when I and bows, just forget it. In fact, usually my husband does the Christmas time wrapping because he enjoys it and he's really good at it. So I do the tags and the bows, and that's why I ended up having to teach myself how I would fix what I couldn't get right the first time. Oh, I really need to order transfer trimmers next week. These are not, as much as I love these scissors, it's not quite working on the ends here. Sorry gang, hang on. I know I should have another pair. I might have wandered off with them. Okay, well I might just have to make do for now and circle back after. Well, it really doesn't want to cut. Oh, I'm sure I can get these sharpened. My husband has a sharpener. The reason I love these so much is because they were my grandma's, and the reason they have the string on there is that's how she knew which ones they were for her material when she would sew. And so I love to use them with my crafting. It makes me think of her. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this together. I don't want to go at it from an angle. I want it to be at the top. I don't know how that happened, huh? There we go. I'm thinking I want to do, I might end up getting my Bodabra out. So I'll do this for now. If this doesn't work, I'm going to get my Bodabra out because that way I can do those pretty multi, and we have your bows and, you know, layers of bows, and it just looks so gorgeous. Yeah, it needs layers of bows. So, telling you guys I'm a bow failure. And I really want them wrapped together. Otherwise, I could do one of those, I don't remember what they're called, but you use all the different, looks like you've taken just scraps of ribbon, sometimes you do, and put them together, and it looks really cute, but I want them tied together, so I'm not going to do that. So for now, so that you guys don't have to watch me struggle with the Bow Dabra, which makes it easier, but I still have a challenging time. You guys get the idea of how gorgeous a project, and how great of a gift would this be for somebody. And that took me, what, an hour, and look how beautiful this is. Make a great birthday gift for somebody if you're not sure what to get them. And it's inexpensive. This is dollar store ribbon. There was like, I think the door tags are something like $12 each. And then we have now our palettes, so that you get, if you don't want to invest in whole jars, you can get, it's our paste singles. And instead of, like I always have an assortment of paste singles on hand, so you can always buy, you know, separate colors that you need from me. But we have our palettes so that it comes with 6 different complementary colors. And we have one like everyday palette, we have our autumn palette, we have, we have 6 of them. And you can get a palette. And so they all go together. You know, you don't have to worry about that. And your patterns, your transfers, and your set. And you can make, because you can reuse it, you can, you know, the transfers, you could make several of them. And just beautiful gifts, beautiful for our home. I'm just gonna keep staring at it for a while after I sign off. Because you guys, I never thought I could do something this rich. Oh my gosh, the pumpkin that I did where I used the watered down some of our white paste and kind of gave it a stain the kind of whitewash, that's what I'm saying. And then did the metallic gold stripe over it. That will look awesome next to this. So I have it somewhere right now, or I'm going to have to make another one to put with this outside as part of a display. Oh, I'm loving it. Anyway, I'm sorry I'm gushing on and on, but I'm excited, you guys. Okay, you saw how easy it was. If I can do it, anybody can do it. All right, you guys have a spectacular day. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. And I will probably pop on tomorrow. I'll try to give you guys a little bit of warning about when I'm going to be on. So hopefully you can join me. And we're going to do the Irish Blessing when I pop on tomorrow. So, and also keep an eye out. I'm going to put a poll up for our Tuesday Request Live. Remember our TRL? So it was Total Request Live Tuesday. Then I decided maybe I shouldn't be using the Total Request Live. Because I could get in trouble. So we're just going to call it Tuesday Request Live. So I'm going to put up a poll for you guys to vote on what you want to see on Tuesday. Okay, if you guys want more information on our products and you'd like a link to the catalog, let me know. And if you would like to know more about becoming a designer, just pop team. If you'd like to join my team, become a designer, just pop team in the comments. And if you want more info, if you want a link to the website where the catalog is, just put info in the comments. And if you're interested in becoming a Club Couture member, and remember, Club Couture members who are watching, free shipping all month. I don't want you guys to forget that. And we have another huge restock this week. So just put club in the comments and I'll send you more information. Okay. Thanks, you guys. Have a great Saturday. Hope to see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.